Hello, hello. I am really excited to show the new Trinity Stamps release. Um, I'm doing this on my own, so they did not ask me to do this. It's just something I wanted to do. But this release was a lot of fun. And there's so many great projects. I know that so there excuse me. There's the release hop that's going on right now on YouTube and Instagram. So be sure to follow the hop so that way you guys can get entered into the prize for a $25 gift card to Trinity. And this release, like I said, is really, really cool. I have made a couple projects. This would be the one that I made for Instagram for today. And this one was really fun. All I did was I heat embossed. I'm hoping the lights don't really kind of get in the way here. Something's always going to get in the way. But I stamped out some of the images with Versamark, and then I used clear embossing powder, and it just happened to pick up that white. And then I just ink blended. I just grabbed a couple colors and ink blended over top of that embossing. And to keep some of the pieces from just getting stuck in one corner and the other, I went ahead and glued down some of the little stuffies from the stuffy stamp set. So this, like I said, this was a really, really fun release for Trinity. To me, I think. And this is is a full panel shaker. What it is the layering shaker, the layering shaker panel. So it's smaller than an A2 size. This one, I believe, is 4 by 5 1/4. So when I did my panel, I ended up cutting it down too short, and it's let me try to move some lights here. It was too short when I put it into the shaker panel. So I just cut another piece of cardstock to the 4 by 5 1/4 to make it just so the stuff didn't fall out of it. Like there's some little piece like in the corners, it's kind of open. So you don't want to use like these because they will come out. But Carrie showed on one of her videos that she actually puts liquid adhesive in the corners to keep that from falling out, which is a great idea. I would have never thought to use glue in the corners to keep your shaker bits in there. And I don't know, I just really like this. So the mix I put into this one is the tangerine. Let me open these up. This is the tangerine sparkle stars. And I love how bright these are. I'm trying not to get into the. There we go. So they're really vibrant. So I use tangerine. And all this stuff is available now in the shop. I put all of my links and stuff and link both the hop for Instagram and YouTube in there. So be sure to check it out. There's so much great inspiration with these hops. It will just blow your mind. So I use the tangerine. I also use the electric sparkle stars. I think these may be my favorite, the electric ones, because it's a really nice, bright, vibrant yellow. So I really like those. I also use bubblegum, which again is like my second favorite because it is just really, really bright. It reminds me of Lisa Frank colors. And then I also used, I went ahead and put them into their little jars. Which one? Oh, I believe I used Starfall Shimmer Confetti in with it. So just these cute little holographic little stars. So you have open stars that are open, and then you have the little solid star bits. So these are really cool. And then, of course, I use the stuffy stamp and die. And these are really easy to color. Like, I'm not a colorist by any means, but these were really easy to color. I'm going to try to show you guys. My stamp set is well loved because I've just been using it so much. I'll try to find a piece of cardstock. It was really hard to see. Oh no, okay, it's not. So we have your birthday. Have a clawsome. Thank you for being. You've been chosen. Sorry you're feeling stuffy, which is adorable. I'd spend all my quarters for you, which I love too. And then we have, I hope your day is stuffed with joy. We have the real prize. Congrats on your big win. And then winner, winner, cuddly critter. So these are all like the little critters that come into with the set. Oh, no, don't freeze. Okay, so you have the little triceratops, a chicken, a cow, a bear, a little piggy, a sheep or a lamb, a duck, a dog, and a little bunny. So these are, like I said, really easy and simple to color. I mean, if you wanted to, you could only do, you could do just one color on them and just kind of take your white gel pen and highlight them. Like with the bunny, I kept him white and just added some little rosy cheeks and some pink ears. Oh my gosh, these are really, really cute. Now the card I did because I have a video up for the hop is this one here. So it is the Gashapon, which I had to remember how to pronounce it. So it's like the claw machine. This guy lights up and he moves. Now, it's really hard to, there you go. You can see it light up now. Now, my lights did shift a little bit, but that's just because I kept moving things around. And then, of course, like the little ducky moves. Oh, I popped him out of his track. And I just used a piece of acetate for him. He might not move because I've been playing with him a lot. But he does move across the track. But what I like about this is it folds flat. Like it will fold into an A2 size card front or A2 size envelope. So I had another design that I did, and I actually used a A2 size base to attach my card to. So that way, when it does fold flat, let me grab it. It will fit into that A2 size envelope. So here is the one that I made, and I hope your day, excuse me, is stuffed with joy. And then it folds down flat. So it will go into an A2 sized envelope, which is super nice. I really like ones that are, that you can actually like fit into the envelope. I mean, like you could do it standalone and then put your sentiment on the back of it, which is also super cute. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera, guys. Like I got glue on the back of this guy. But it's so nice that it fits into the envelope. And then you could even put little stuffies here on the side. You could put a sentiment down here. I mean, there's so many awesome possibilities with this. So this is also the A2 built. I have a list because if I don't have my list, then I can't remember which is which. It is the A2. Check it real quick. But I don't want to give you guys any misinformation. Is A2 window box card die. So you'll use this die here. And then what you'll do is you'll cut this piece twice to make your like 3D your window box. These are just extras if you want to cut out your windows, which I did on the two that I showed you. And then I actually cut out on one panel a window so you could see on the side. Like I just use vellum for this side, but I do have another card that you guys will see here coming up that I kept the window completely out of it and then added my little stuffies on the side like you would see in the little stuffy machines or stuffy machines and the little claw machines. So this is, like I said, it's a really fun release. I mean, it's pretty, and you could put anything into the um the window box. Like you don't have to necessarily just use the stuffies. Like there's so many possibilities with this set that I don't know. I really like it. Trinity did a really, really great job with this release. It's just, to me, it's really versatile. So you would cut 2 of these and then you have your tabs here. So everything will be embossed. All your lines, your fold lines will be embossed. So you'll just connect it. And I'll cut one out so that I can show you guys how to, put it together. But this is a really, to me, I feel like this is a really versatile die set. Hi, Deborah. So here is the part of the claw machine. Now it does come with a lot of pieces, which I really like because then you have a lot of options. So this is the Gashapon die set. So you have all these pieces where you can create whatever machine you want to create. Like this one, I did like a window shop, not even necessarily, the claw machine. And I just added 2 of the, oh my gosh, words, Sarah. 2 of the like little bridge pieces to attach my little characters to and made like kind of a storefront. So there's so many options that you have with this set, not just for, just to make the claw machine. So you get all the little lights. This part here is for, sorry, trying to grab like the bottom part of your bottom and top. It's kind of like your little, why can't I think of my words today? Probably because it's finally nice outside and that my brain is just in the mindset that it is super nice outside. Just like the little decorative edge to it. And then these are the same piece, which is this piece here. So these layer up to make this little piece here. So you'll just layer them on there. And then you'll take this piece again, and then that'll be the bottom part of your like little frilly top. So you have all these pieces, and it looks intimidating, but it really isn't. I use this piece to make the frame to go around on both of my cards. So that way, I have something for my acetate to kind of stick to, and it's not going to show through. Like with this one, I cut it all the way through, and I know there's a little bit of a shadow, but I cut windows on the front and the back just so that you could see the pattern paper in the back of the card. But I love the fact that it folds down to an A2 size because it's going to make it so much easier to mail out. If you mail your cards out, sometimes I forget. So, but that is the A2 window builder and then the Gashapon die set. So these work really, really well together. And like I said, you don't have to make the machine. I mean, there's so many options. Like the design team, like this month I am guest designing for them. And I could not believe when I first seen this set. Just all the whole release. Like it just is fantastic. Like, how you get so excited when you see a brand new release and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is great. So, and it's really easy to use. Like I feel like if I can use it, anybody could put it together. You also get the little capsule bowl. I know, and some machines I'm gonna date myself a little bit, but I don't know if you guys remember like the little egg, the chicken and the egg, where you put a quarter in and the chicken like lay an egg and then your little prize would be in the egg. So they have like these little capsule balls that go in there, and they are adorable. The other thing is they have a new embellishment, which is like the little capsule balls. Let me get a couple of these out of here. And I actually made a shaker with these. So they're really, really cute. And they're not like, I know that they're not heavy at all, which is nice because then you can attach them to your little claw. So there's so many, there's a lot of new embellishments. But that is the window box and the gashapon die set. So these are standalones, which is also nice because then you can kind of pick and choose, what you want to get. And then, of course, like I said, we have the stuffies, which I can't. I love these so much. My kids love them. They are hardcore claw machine people, and they win all the time. I can't win to save my life. So I just put my quarters in and, press the button and hope I get something. So the stuffies do have a coordinating die. And the great part about that, sorry, I knocked one off here, is that not only is it going to cut out all of your little animals, all your little stuffies, but it's also going to cut out all of your sentiments. I love when a company does that, where you get a die for every sentiment. I can't fussy cut. It just doesn't look good when I do it. My hands shake too much to make to try to fussy cut, but I love when they do coordinating dies to go with all the sentiments. It just makes it so much easier than trying to, find a die to fit with that sentiment. So that's where that one came from, was the stuffy Stampin' Die. And I just had like the little ones that I cut out. Okay, so the next one is the arcade machine. I don't know if you guys have followed the hop or have checked it out, but there is an arcade machine. Now I'm going to grab, let's see. I'm going to grab this one here, just so you guys can see it put together. Now, the fun fact about this one is that this fits on a mini slimline. And if you play along with Craft Roulette, slimline has been popping up left and right lately. So this is actually a really fun set to use to make a mini slimline or even a full-size slimline. I went ahead and put mine on a A2 size card. And what I did is I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it because it's so light, but I took the 8-bit stamp set. Let me grab that. I'm going to grab the stamps and the dies so you guys can see as soon as I figure out which side I put it on. I store all my stuff in these Altenew envelopes. So for this one, I used the 8-bit birthday for the sentiment. So this has congratulations, or we'll start at the top. Arcade, happy birthday, old, loading, press here to play, 25 cents, insert coin to play. You have a birthday cake, a birthday candle, which would be really fun to use as a light up card. You have your arrows, a check mark, and your heart times, which is really, really fun. Carrie made a really cute card that has a ×2, I believe. I'd have to go watch it again. But you have congratulations, up to, new, high score, press, game on, your push play, celebrate, another level, start, birthday, complete, happy, unlocked, critical, you've, your, stage, reached, player, retro, and not. And then, of course, it has 1 through 0 to put those birthday numbers on there. So I use the sentiments from that for you've reached retro level. which I thought was hilarious because a lot of people, some of these people don't know about these arcade machines. And it is so much fun. Like this set was a lot of fun to put together. So I used the 8-bit stamp and die because it does come with a coordinating die set. And not comes with, but it has a coordinating die set. And then I also used, let me show you the die for the arcade. So if you've followed along with the hop, you've seen, a lot of this inspiration. So this is the die set. So this is really fun. And I know it probably looks overwhelming with all the pieces, but this was so easy to put together. It did not take a lot of time at all to put it together. So you have your arcade, you have your two, so you have your solid piece for the back of your screen, then you have your screen. You have these two pieces here that you can either put up front or make your screen look more like 3D. You have your top piece, which you could put the arcade in there, and I just offset mine to have that shadow. And then you have all your little joysticks and buttons, and then these are your little coin slots. I did glossy accents on my joystick and my buttons just to give it a little something, and then I heat embossed You've Reached Retro Level. Then I also used to do the 8-bit, oh my gosh, 8-bit alphabet. So it's got all the fun, like Pac-Man looking guys. Am I doing this right? Yes, I am doing it the right way. I'm like, wait a minute. It's got the little Space Invader stuff, which is what I used for this one. And I just went ahead and heat embossed and die cut those out. It's got your full alphabet. You got a trophy, a heart, an exclamation. Oh my gosh. Cherries. You got a question mark, a little music note, a heart. I think this is an apple, some grapes. So you get a lot of variety and just in this little teeny tiny little set. Like there's a lot in here that you could do with just this stamp and the die alone. So that was the arcade die set, and then the 8-bit birthday, and then the 8-bit alphabet stamp and die. So like I said, this is a really fun release. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to show you guys the embellishments, and then we're going to put a card together. So let me show you all the new embellishments. Of course, I showed you so we have tangerine, electric, and bubblegum sparkle stars. I love these. They're flat. They make it so easy to put in your shakers without it adding too much bulk. And then we have, sorry, I didn't want to set those down too loud. The Star Gleam Shaker, which I need to label these. What? No, that's not right. I moved them. And now, oh, it goes over here. Oh my gosh. Okay. See, losing my mind. This is the alphabet. No, oh my gosh. Here it is, the number bit confetti. So you have all your numbers in there along with some confetti pieces to make a fun shaker with. If I could just get my life together and read the right packaging. So I'll dump some of these out so you guys can see. Since I store them in these little containers. So it's a really fun mix of your numbers, and then you have all these little bits that go along with it. And they're just so pretty. So that is the number bits confetti. Now that I got the right one. I've not labeled my jars yet. That's why I still have my packaging. This is just easier for me to store because I don't have a whole lot of room for some of this stuff. Hey, Julie. Okay, so the next one is the Radiant Rings confetti, and I really like this one. It's got a lot of different bits in here. that are just like holographic, and there's so many different colors. So I've not used this one on a card yet. I don't think. I had to look and see since it just was since it was just newly released. Let's see. And then here we go. This is the Pixel Pop. Now I did use this on one of my cards already, that you guys will see shortly. But they're little pixel squares. Yeah, the arcade one was really fun to make too. So it just shifts. It's like the holographic, almost like duochrome. But that's the Pixel Pop Confetti. And then, of course, the capsules. I like these because they're not like super heavy. So I can put them in shaker cards and they're not super thick. So I don't have to use 8,000 pounds of foam tape. So this is and this is the Star Gleam Confetti. And like I said, this is the one that's got like the open stars and then it's got little solid stars in here. So again, it's kind of like the holographic mix to it. And then this is the alphabet. Yes, it's the alphabet mix. So it's the same as like the number bits confetti, but this has like the whole alphabet in there. And it's got that same kind of holographic feel to it. I'm trying to get it under the light. And then there's two more. Two more. So this is I believe this is the Starfall Shimmer Confetti. So this has a lot of different mixes in here. There's little gems, stars, moons, and the moons are holographic. Well, I guess most of them are. But this one's exclusive to the shop, and the other one I need to double check for that one to see if that's the exclusive one or not. And then we have the tiny pastel confetti. I was able to rip the label off of this one. So these are just solid hearts or solid stars, but they still have that holographic look to them. So overall, this was a really, really cool release, and I'm really glad that I got to be a part of it. It's not very often that you get to be a part of a company that is a small business and just has great products. And it makes you want to create. They inspire you to want to create. Okay, so I think I'll make. Would you rather me make an arcade card or a box card? Bit of a hole. Let me try. Let's see if this works. Okay, back to the comment. Okay, so you'll need to either type 1 or 2 into the chat for which one you would like me to put together. And I'm sorry for the glare. We're still trying to figure out the lighting. I'm going to clean some of these up here real quick. So yeah, be sure to enter. And this is the card that I made for Instagram, Julie. I don't know. I couldn't remember if you were here or not, but this is the one that I did for Instagram. I know it is a tough decision. That's why I'm having you guys vote because I love them both. How about I cut both of them out, and then I'll show you the pieces for both, and then we'll decide from there. I'm going to grab my stuff for my. I could do the arcade. All right, let me move some of these things out of my way. Like I really want to make a Pac-Man card, which is I have this stuff kind of set to the side for it already. Let me move some things out of my way here. Grab some cardstock. Okay. Give me just a second here, guys, and I'll grab some cardstock and we'll make an arcade card. Oh. See, I do have some pieces cut out already because I've been creating with them. So yeah, let's see what I got cut out here. I have all my pieces. I think I do. I do. Okay. I do have all my pieces already cut out. They're just in purple, which is not a typical color for me, but we're gonna go with it. Ugh. All right. So here is, I'll line them up so you guys can see what goes with what. Oops, not this one. Not this one. It's this one. Too many pieces for me. So these are really easy to layer together, which I really like because if it takes me a long time, like I struggle with it. And we have our bottom piece here. So it's nice because you have a die that cuts out like the outline and then the solid piece still. So you could do 3 layers with this. And then these guys, I'm trying to make sure I can get everything on the camera. So this one goes with that one. And then we have this piece here. And then our last piece, which you can use to either make the monitor look 3D or you can use it on your panel for your joysticks. So there's all the pieces. Now, once you get them cut out, they're super easy to put together. So I'm going to go ahead and just start putting this together. Now I'm going to make this into a mini slim line, which still will fit into an A2 size envelope. So it won't cost you anything extra to nail it. We'll start with this guy here. Where's my glue? So what has been your favorite thing from this that they've released? I have a hard time picking a favorite. Okay, Kalinda, sounds good. You could also pop up this with foam tape too and make it stand out a little bit more. I can use that piece. I'm gonna use this piece. So right there, we already have the screen together. And then this is going to be for the arcade. Usually I would use 3 colors, but since this was already cut out and I didn't have to cut it out, I'm just gonna go with it. And then this piece will go together. Oh, I do, okay. So what's nice is how as it layers, like it gives you that 3D look of the arcade machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out a base for a mini slimline. Wait. I thought I was super prepared, but oh, there they are. These are just the extra pieces that I'm going to use with the dog hair. Gotta love the dog hair. Shows up everywhere. Okay. Where did you go, mini slimline? Right here. Oh, right. So I'm going to be using the Trinity slimline dies, mini slimline dies. I like this because it's kind of super fast to put together. So you're um not taking you a long time to put it together, especially if you're in a hurry. And I have this yellow paper right here that I'm going to use to offset that purple, just to add a little variation in. So yeah, if you have not checked out the Hop yet, make sure to head over to Trinity's Instagram and YouTube. They have there's a lot of inspiration on there. And some fantastic, I mean, the design team did a great job with their cards. Oh no. Okay, not a big deal. I'm using my smaller impress mat, and I realized that some of it was hanging off the end of it. So it didn't cut all the way through. So there we go. Here's our base for our arcade machine. And that yellow will just kind of make it pop a little bit and stand out. Doing that this side. So as you can see, pop that piece off there. This fits perfectly on that mini slimline. And again, even if this is sticking out, it's still going to fit in that A2 size envelope. So you're not going to have to worry about extra postage unless you make it really thick. And that's, of course, when you run into the extra postage. So I'm going to glue down my monitor or my little console area. I'm telling you, my brain is just it's so nice outside. That's all I can think of is being outside. Okay, so we're gonna line that guy up there. And make sure you guys follow them on Instagram, Trinity on Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube. They always have some really fantastic videos. And of course, all the hop videos are on there now. There'll be a form, which I'm not sure if it's in my description box on my video, but it's on everybody's for the hop. I'm just gonna line this guy right here. And they just butt right up next to each other. So it's so nice because you don't have to really worry about you don't have to really put a lot of thought in how they're lining up. So on this piece, you're just gonna glue that bottom portion on there. Now, what I'm going to do first, and I almost forgot to do this, is I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to put it right in the middle. This is where my buttons and I'm put my joysticks on either side and then my buttons right in the middle. So let me adhere that first. Now I can put that piece on here since I already have my adhesive. Now it is going to cover it up, but that's okay. It's not a big deal if it covers it up just a little bit. So it looks like it's just popping right off of the die. Oh my gosh. Oh, my glue bits. So then this again is just going to butt right up against there. And see, I got a little overzealous and I didn't. That's okay because I can always take a Copic marker or I use the Altenew markers. You can always take a marker and kind of color that in. So I'm just putting the glue in the middle for it to stick because it is going to hang off the sides just a little bit. I want to line it up so that piece is like right in the middle. So we got almost all of our pieces completely done already. So now I'm going to take these little pieces and put them, it's kind of my shadow piece, and grab my reverse tweezers. This is where your reverse tweezers will come in really handy. I'm just putting just the littlest amount of glue, but I don't want it to seep out. So I'm barely even pressing on there. Turn this. I don't know if you guys do this too, but I always end up turning my base so that I can lay it down with the reverse tweezers. Now, since I did get a little bit of glue on the outside of it, it did kind of seep out. I'm just taking my reverse tweezers and running it along to catch that extra glue. And then this is where we'll put Arcade. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down this bottom piece here. Actually, both bottom pieces, since you guys have seen that one already. So yes, I've really been enjoying designing for them for April. Plus, it's my birthday month, so how could I not be super excited? Okay, so this area here is going to be where you're going to put your coin slot and your like your little press to play button to get your arcade machine going. And like I said, you can use foam tape and pop these pieces up, or you could just pop up the monitor. The one I did was a shaker that you guys will see used sometime this month. Um, and I ended up just layering up the dies to make my shaker well. So here is the start of our arcade machine. So you can see already like how kind of quick and easy that was to put together. I could scoot it up so you guys can see. So now I'm going to grab the arcade since I have some of these die cut out already. Now the joysticks and the buttons, they come in 3 pieces. It might seem intimidating, but they are really easy to use. Shake them out of my pouch here. And what I like to do with the buttons and the joystick is I will use a double-sided adhesive to when I die cut them, so that way they already have adhesive on there, and I don't have to worry about using a bunch of liquid glue to get them to adhere. So we have one in purple and then one in yellow, which I'm not mad about. So you can put these as close together, as far apart as you want. That's what's nice about these sets. You don't even have to put both of them there. You could just do one. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting my joysticks together. And this is also where your pickup stick is going to come in very handy, because some of these pieces are kind of small. So you're going to want to make sure that you have something where you can pick them up very easily. So the joystick comes together already, and then you have your like little knob on there. So because I have these cut out already in a purple and a yellow, that's what we're going to use. All right, let me grab my glue. And you just need just the tiniest amount of glue for these. Oh no, it's sticking. I hate when that happens. And then you're just going to pop them right on there. And like I said, with the card that I showed you guys earlier, I did use glossy accents just to give them a little bit of shine. So that way it just gave it a little bit more of that 3D effect. And these also come with like little shine marks that you could put on here. I just use my white gel pen, depending on what color my joysticks are. And it comes with the little pieces for them. Now, because I'm just using ones that I'd already die cut, I might not have the other piece, but that's okay. I don't. That's fine. Not a big deal. So, and these pieces will go, these little squares will go right on top of your little coin slots, and they're big enough to stamp on. I stamped on the ones that I had and actually heat embossed on them. Okay, so here's our buttons. And these again come in 3 layers. And I don't have any adhesive on them yet. So it makes them really stand out. Now this one's going to be a little harder to see because it's purple on purple, but you'll be able to see the yellow. And then you have your cover for the top. So I really had 2 buttons, so that's not that won't take me very long at all, but you can put your joysticks wherever it comes. Like I said, it has these little pieces that your joystick kind of fits into. I like tilting my joystick so it actually looks like you're playing instead of just doing them, straight. Let's see, what else do I have in here? We have the arcade that we're going to put up here. I'm glad I had that yellow because it really makes it pop from the purple. And typically, I'm not a purple person. Like the yellow, yes, I love yellow. And thankfully, these are not adhered down yet because they are not straight. But that's the beauty of it too. I have them crooked on a couple. Joystick there. So I kind of do like to lay it out so I know where I'm going to glue everything. Oh yeah, don't worry. There's gonna be a picture on the screen for sure. So I probably what I'm gonna do is heat emboss it so that way it kind of stands out a little bit. Kind of like when I did. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I'm sure I have it over here somewhere. This is what happens when you have so many makes that you cannot find the one that you're looking for. I'll have to find it. But I white heat embossed on there that it was I believe you've reached retro. There it is. You've reached retro age. Yes. I'm sorry, you've reached retro level. So it was really easy just to do my embossing on this one. And then like I said, I took that stamp in a super light color and just went ahead and stamped the images on the back and made my own pattern paper with it. I know it was like really hard to see because it's so light. Okay, so let's glue these guys down. And I like that it still gives me space. Like I could have pulled this all the way down to the end, but I like to have the space down here. So if I want to put a different sentiment down here, I can, or add, the little whatever I decide to put on the screen. I can always add that to the bottom or the top of my cardstock. And it's like I said, it's really easy to put these together. I'm going to glue these guys down before I accidentally bump it and get it all over the place. So again, just the tiniest amount of glue. That's why it's sticking. And I like that you're able, excuse me, that you're able to stamp on these. Like it's big enough where you can stamp on them. So that way you can, there's the bigger one. So what I could do, because it comes in 3, I could layer these up again and just have that barely little peak of yellow in the background and do the same with the purple. That's funny. Linda, my cats are notorious for doing stuff like that. Like if I don't keep my stuff closed or like hidden, like they are all over it. I think I will. I'm going to add these little pieces. So these again cut in 3 pieces, and I'll show you that part of the die here in just a second. Oh, I can't believe I did that on the first try. Okay, so it does cut out the like little slot, and then you have your 2 little squares to go with it. All right, let's get this one glued down here. So yeah, between this and the Easter release, or the release before last, it was a lot of fun. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I mean, at least you put it in airplane mode so that you didn't have to worry about it being sent right away. You had time to catch it. Mine wouldn't give me the courtesy of putting it in airplane mode. They're just like, yep, sorry, mom. See, I should just a little bit because I'm impatient and can't wait for anything to dry. Okay, 2 for 2. That's pretty good. That never happens. Okay, so let's get this down here. Now, typically for this piece, I would have done it with the double-sided adhesive just because it's such a small piece and I don't want glue to go all over the place. But there's a little slit in there that you can almost slide it into. Hold this down. And if I wasn't on live, I probably would go back and recut it. Okay, so that's going to work out. Let's see. We're going to go up just a little bit with that. So that way it looks like your joystick is actually like you're playing the game. And this one, I'm not sure where that little piece went, but we're just going to go with it. I probably should have. Yep, I knew that. Just going to. So today's live was supposed to be the Better Press Live. Oh my gosh. I knew it was going to do that. But since they just released, they just had this release. I wanted to show you guys the release up close. So that way, and how easy it is to put this kind of stuff together. Because I know it looks intimidating sometimes. I know when I first seen it, I was a little bit intimidated, but once I started like playing with it, it was so easy to put together, and a lot of fun. Like I know these are coming back, and the kids are playing with these again. My son has actually gotten into Street Fighter, which is kind of funny because we would play that on. I want to say we play that on like the Sega. Oops, I'm sorry. So I hit the camera. Oh no, that's all right. You know what? We're just still gonna go with it. Just scoot it over a little bit. Um, but yeah, he's into Street Fighter, which is crazy because, like I said, that's stuff we used to play like early '90s, late '90s. So it's fun to see them getting into things that we did when we were younger. Grab a drink. Okay, now I'm going to try to put this together as quickly as I can. And what I'll probably do is die cut the pieces for the screen. So see how they just layer up so nicely and they just look like little, I know it's hard to see on the camera because my camera's kind of far. Let's see if I scoot it up here closer. So you can see that there's 2 layers. Now when I do the 3rd layer, it's just the very top of the button. And like I said, this is where your pickup or your pickup tool is going to come in handy because some of these pieces are itty bitty. But that's what makes the machine. So to me, it reminds me of a s'more, to be honest. Like that's what it reminds me of is a s'more. And I probably will do that towards the winter time. Just gonna add that button here. Now I shifted mine a little bit, so my buttons are a little bit funky, but it's handmade. This is not Hallmark over here. So yeah, make sure you guys check out the video that I have with the hop too. It's listed here on my channel. And it's got the whole playlist of everybody that's on the hop. Plus, then you can enter to win the gift card. And this month's freebie is hilarious. It is a stomach. Oh my gosh, it is so funny. I love it. I will have a whole body here pretty soon. But I know my buttons are kind of far apart and I may add one later, but right now we're going to go with these two. Okay. So there's all of the little bits and pieces kind of put together. I still have to glue down the arcade. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp out. I don't know if I've done, I don't know if I'm going to do You've Reached Retro Level. Let me see what else I have. What other sentiments? What I might do is just stamp the birthday cake and die cut that out. And I may just leave it black and white because, I mean, again, like back in the day, that's what we did. Like that was our entertainment. Which is why I feel like this release is so much fun. Like it just brings back such great memories. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut out the birthday cake and the loading and then put them on here. But I'm going to keep them black and white. I'm not going to color them in. Just because that's, what we would have done back in the day. So let me grab my Misty. Oh, it's not that one. Ooh, sorry guys. Keep bumping my thing. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab some. I'm gonna set this off to the side here. I'm gonna grab some white cardstock. I know my chair is so squeaky. I didn't realize how squeaky it was until I was sitting in it earlier today, and I'm like, oh, it's a little loud. Grab some white cardstock. And I'm just gonna use some scraps because it's not. So we're going to do the cake and the loading. And of course, I have my sticky mat and my Misty. Now, this is watercolor paper. That's just what was right here. So I may have to stamp these a couple times just because of the texture. But maybe not. These stamps, they stamp out so well. And I'm going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black. Maybe. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, my Nocturne. This is the one, VersaFine Clear Nocturne. Since I'm not coloring it. And I will try really hard not to shake my phone. Okay, let's give her a stamp. And like I said, I'll probably have to stamp this more than once. Actually, that's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Of course, these are pretty well loved since I've been playing with them. But yeah, I'm so impressed with just like the inspiration that everybody has done and so many different ideas for all the Stampin' Dies. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to die cut that out real quick. Let me find paper here so I'll clean my stamps off later. Okay. Where? Of course, since it's nice out, everybody is out. I'm sure you guys can hear them. I apologize for all the background noise. Okay, where? Oh, here it is. I knew I had it here. So what's nice is it does like I don't know if I showed you guys this. It does cut out everything that's on the stamp set. So that's nice. And then of course the other one, everything cuts out. It's not just pick and choose what cut, what you're gonna have to fussy cut, what it just makes the process so much easier when everything has its own die. So let's get this guy on here. And as you can see, I've already used birthday in the loading before. It's nice using the Impress because I can just like flop these guys down and I don't have to worry about them shifting unless I'm moving them. I mean, you could color the little flames or the candles, but just for the sake of the live, I'm going to keep them black and white. Yeah, and I think it's kind of cool to have it be that retro black and white. Okay. So we're going to throw the birthday cake there and then loading right underneath of it. Yeah. So here in the next couple weeks, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of things. I have my autoimmune hop that's coming up, and there's going to be a lot of prizes with that. I've got some really great sponsors. Oh, it's starting to rain. But I have some really, really great sponsors for that. I have Lawn Fawn, Gina K, Pink and Maine. Um, it's a really important hop to me. I have a couple autoimmune disorders, and it's just nice to bring awareness to it. And then, of course, my lives. I have a live Sunday, which I'll do with the Better Press. Um, there's a lot of fun techniques that you can do with the letterpress that you wouldn't. It's not like a typical, like, oh, you just put it down there and then run it through your die machine. There's so much more to it. Okay, I just need to glue down my little arcade, and then I'll be done with this card. But I just want to showcase and show you guys the new release because it's so much fun. I mean, it made me want to just sit down and create. Like, I didn't want to use anything else. I just wanted to use these stamps and dies, especially the little the little stuffies. So it's been a lot of fun to create and use and be a part of their release. Like, that's, I mean, it's pretty special. I'm gonna tilt these guys just a little bit. I should have tilted that A and I didn't. But it started raining. I have my shed door open, so hopefully no rain kind of gets in here. And if it does, it's only water. So Sunday's live, it will be at 2. I have the autoimmune hop on the 15th, which is my birthday. And I will be having my own prize pack for you guys too. I'll be making a video here very shortly, and you're actually gonna get see my face, which I don't typically do. As I kind of explain the hop and why I do it. And I have a good number of participants. I still have some open spots if anybody is interested in joining still. There's still time. I'm doing Instagram and YouTube, and it's a make what you want. I'm not a stickler for that kind of stuff. It is. That's nobody ever forgets my birthday because it's tax day, or they just forget my birthday because it's tax day. It's so funny. Me, my husband, and my son all have April birthdays. Like, my husband's is coming up next week, and then it'll be mine, and then my son's at the end of the month. So there is our little arcade machine on a slimline card base. It is super easy to put together. Even though I had my image, I just had spares just laying around. That's what I used for this card. And you can add and embellish so much with this that it's not going to look too much or too messy or, overwhelming. I really had a fun time with this release. So yeah, stay tuned for, like I said, go check out the hop for Trinity for their new release. It's on Instagram and YouTube. I have a hop video in there, and then I have a card posted on Instagram. That way you can enter your chance to win for that $25 gift card. And check out all the inspiration. It's pretty fantastic. Like, I know a lot of people don't hype up other people, but they've done such a phenomenal job. So the live Sundays at 2, and the hop on the 15th. And I think that's it for right now. Stay tuned to Trinity to see what pops up next. I'm really excited. So I am going to go ahead and pop off here so the hubby can come play his game. We try to split time so that a way he can have his time in here and I have mine, and I always kick him out when I do a live. So I will see most of you guys Friday at Craft Roulette, because that's where I spend my Friday nights. I'm excited to see what the wheel is going to have for us, and hopefully I can use some of these new sets with whatever Mr. Wheel doles out, as long as it's not an A9. Crossing my fingers. Though I may have a video coming pretty soon, just tackling the A9 and getting it over with. So, until tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.